All right, welcome one and all to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. And if you could kindly hit that like and subscribe button, we're going to recap what happened on beautiful Sunday, June 1st. God, how do we already get to summer? Oh my gosh, I guess that's what happens when you get to Memorial Day, right? Baseball in full swing, kind of a lull in the hockey and basketball playoffs. We're going to the finals. They take a couple days to recoup, get their TV stuff all set up nice and right. And if you want, leave some comments. We always like to know what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Let's start with the great world of golf. I know that's always a big thing for everybody. I think just me. And the Memorial Tournament, which is one of the signature events on the PGA Tour. This 3-week run here is really intense. You got the Memorial, you got the Canadian Open, you got the U.S. Open. It is definitely a gauntlet. And Scottie Scheffler came through. You know, the week before at the Colonial, he played. He's a Texas boy. He likes to play the Texas events. And, you know, he came up a little short to Ben Griffin. Today, him and Ben Griffin were basically in the last twosome. They were eye and eye, and Scottie just smoked him. He was 10 under. He wins the Memorial back-to-back. First guy to do it since Tiger Woods. Griffin came in second, 6 under, 4 back. Straka, 5 under. Nick Taylor, the Canadian, 4 under. I really like Nick's game. I just think he's a little far away from it. And for me, because I'm the golf nut, it was nice to see get a top 10 for Brett Snedeker. I've always liked Brett Snedeker. If you want to see a golf round, and you probably don't, he was at Torrey Pines, I want to say 10 years ago, and he shot a 69 on the final day to win that tournament, and the average score, I think, was 75 or 77 from pros. It was just brutal conditions, and man, that was a round on a round. I mean, it was literally, I was like, wow, I wish he'd win a U.S. Open. I've always been a big Brett Snedeker fan. Seems like a good guy. Let's talk about the women's U.S. Open was also played. Sweden's Marcia Stark won her first major at 7 under. Nelly Korda was second at 5 under. Nelly came up just a little short. We also have college baseball going on. It is absolutely the most wide open sports tournament in America. Vanderbilt, the number 1 seed in the tournament, is out, will not be going to the super regionals. You know, when the brackets get all right, as I'm taping this, games are still going on. We don't know what all the brackets are, but boy, I'll tell you what, it was a tough week to be a number 1. It was really a tough week. They were getting blasted left and right. All right, let's go over to the bad boys in NASCAR. Ryan Blaney won. Hocevar was second, a very, very nice showing for him. Hamlin and Logano rounded it out, 3rd and 4th. Impressive. Now we get to the summer where it starts really getting boring. I mean, we're going to go to Pocono. We're going to go, oh my God. Let's just get to the chase. Let's get to the chase in September, right? See what happens. All right, let's talk about what happened in Major League Baseball. We had the Rangers finally winning a series. That's a shock. It's just a shock, right? They've been in a pretty bad slump the last couple of weeks. We had Jacob DeGrom, getting the win. He's 6-2, 2.3 ERA. They win 8-1. The Red Sox won a series. Oh my God! Stop the presses. They won 3-1 over the Braves. Crochet was magnificent. 12 strikeouts. He's 5-4 with a 1.9 ERA. He's just been everything we wanted and more. Team's just not supporting him. What are you going to do? And I was looking at the numbers for Rafael Devers. That guy is actually in the MVP hunt. He, after that first 5 games where he struck out like 5 million times, boy, he's been on a roll. The Orioles got their first sweep of the year, 3-2 versus the Chicago White Sox. Charlie Morton, their $15 million man, he is now 2-7 with a 6.2 ERA. Well, you know, it is what it is, right? Brewers beat the Phillies, win that series. The Blue Jays beat the Athletics 8-4. They're second in the AL East. The Blue Jays are just finding a way to do it. They're 31-28, you know. They're just grinding. Guardians beat the Angels. The Angels are now about their June swoon. This is where they start going, 10-28, for the next month and a half. They lost 4-2 to the Guardians. Here we go. The Mets beat the Rockies. They are 9-50. 9-50. They got swept. They're 3-28 on the road. I mean, I'm a gambler. You know, when you lay like 300, minus 300, that's a huge favorite in baseball because a lot of stuff could happen. I'm telling you, man, you'd be living in Bel Air if you just bet against the Rockies every day. I don't care what the number is. You're gonna come out way ahead. That team is just there's teams in the college baseball World Series that could be very competitive with the Rockies. I know. It just takes a picture though, right? Giants beat the Marlins 4-2 to win that series. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, Tigers beat the Royals 1-0. Lee got the win for the Tigers. Tough road. Astros, a lot of 1-0 games on Sunday. Astros beat the Rays 1-0. Brown, who's been actually pretty stellar for Houston, 8-3 with a 1.83 ERA. Actually having a really good year. The Cubs beat the Reds 7-3. The Cubs are one of 3 teams that haven't been swept all year. I think the Yankees and I think the Astros were the other ones. Mariners beat the Twins 2-1. Munoz gets the win. The Diamondbacks beat the Nationals 3-1. And the Padres beat the Pirates 6-4. And in the big game, we saw that the Yankees finally avoided the sweep. They beat the Dodgers 7-3. Yarborough got the win. Yamamoto got the loss. I was surprised. I think the first 4 hitters in the Dodger lineup, which is literally murder's row, typically were 0 for 16 in the game. I think it's been the first time in quite a while that happened. You know, the Dodgers, still the Dodgers, 36-23. Yankees, 36-22. Who would have thought the Yankees were going to have a better record than the Dodgers? That's why we play baseball. We only got 1 billion games to go. All right, if you could, hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you coming to Off the Rails Sports Podcast. And we will see you soon on Off the Rails Sports Podcast.